Give a microphone to a guy dressed up in a suit.
Well, I'm just trying to decide what to get you for Christmas this year, Mitt. As you know, I'm from the North Pole. I came all the way down here to talk to you, and things are starting to melt up there a little bit. I'm very, very concerned about the children of the world. As you know, I've been working with them for hundreds of years, and I'm concerned about the children of New Orleans. I'm concerned about the children of Bangladesh. And I'm concerned about the children in Indonesia and in Miami, everywhere, not just America. And I was trying to decide what to get you, and Mrs. Claus said that, you know, all Mitt talks about is energy independence. What about the rest of the world? And I said, well, he always says it's not called America warming, it's called global warming. So I told her I'd come down here to ask you how you're going to make global warming bigger than America warming. What are you going to do beyond just mere energy independence to get the whole world on board with your plan?
Well, typically I'm asked, what is America going to do? And what America can do by becoming energy independent and stopping the increase, the growth in our CO2 emissions, that's what the whole world wants to see happen. And so those are things which are the toughest things we have to do. Number two, I want to work with other nations in the world to establish, if you will, limits and guidelines for the rest of the world, and whether we have there are various forms of being able to limit how much CO2 is emitted by different nations. But we can become far more effective by pursuing my policy of energy independence. And if we can get China and India and Brazil and the rest of the world also to come together in a global effort, then that's going to change the if you will, the CO2 emissions for the entire planet. And that's something I support. I do want to make sure, however, that we don't end up with something like the Kyoto Accord, which said, okay, America, you've got to reduce your CO2 according to these limits that we're putting in this provision, but China and India don't have to. That, in my opinion, would have frankly, a negative impact on the planet. Because what would happen if nations like ours say we're going to strictly limit our CO2 emissions, bring them down, but if we let a nation like China not have to do that at all, then what's going to happen is the energy-intensive industries here are going to get up and go there. And you'll end up having more pollution and more CO2 because they'll go to a place that's just burning coal, dirty coal. They're building a new power plant, I'm told, as much as one a week, a new coal power plant every week. Think about that. And so we've got to make sure that the limits or the guidelines or the agreements we enter into, whatever we call them, that these involve not just America, and not just Europe, but the big nations of the world that are growing like crazy, China in particular, that emits more CO2 than we do today. And I will work very hard to have a global effort. Thank you.